for them there. So hearing from everyone that's been involved in the process, from industry stakeholders who've come together to put this process together, consumers who are the real drivers of change and innovation, and of course the merchants who are at that end. And what we've heard from the consumers is they constantly want something that saves them time, they want creativity. The merchants are also looking at time, speed, and convenience for them. Like Wamboy said, boy, have we come so far when you had several PDQ machines. So there's definitely been an evolution, and one that continues to happen. And from here on, consumer education is key to be able to take this forward. So once again, can we give another round of applause to our panelists? And it's been great to hear from them, and we'll continue. I think what Ian said was, let's not stop here. Let's keep innovating, right? And so there's that push that continues to come from consumers to continue to improve the services and do better. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my distinct honor to invite Dr. Patrick Njoroge, who's a Central Bank Governor of Kenya, to give us his keynote remarks. Please, let's have a warm round of applause for the Governor.
Thank you very much, Yvonne. I associate myself with the protocols that you set. So good morning, everybody. I guess your response is a bit weak. Maybe we should have the dancers back again, and we should all participate in the dancing, you know. Or we could go and do yoga or something like that and come back. But anyway, good morning. Excellent, that's much better. And really, I'm delighted to be here. And this will be more like comments rather than a keynote speech. I don't think this is a moment for speeches. It's really one of, let's say, embracing what we are about to see, and indeed what we're about to do, which is launching the Kenya's QR code standard. But before getting to that, I want to remind us, as I think Michael did, about the vision in the National Payment Strategy that was launched a little more than a year ago. And this is for a payment system. And the idea here, the vision was of a secure, fast, efficient, and collaborative payment system that supports financial inclusion and innovation that benefits Kenyans. I particularly like the last part, benefits Kenyans, and I think you mentioned it, Wamboy, just now. Ivan, I think that's his name, Ian, I think it is, also talked about innovation. All of you, Tamara as well. Basically, this is something that it goes back to the Kenyans. And that's really why we do what we do. I think this is a good reminder of why is it that we get up in the morning. It's really to help Kenyans, to work with Kenyans, our consumers. Now, if we are politicians, we'd say that's my constituency, right? And they're going to vote for me, you know, in 5 years or whatever else it is. We don't quite look at it that way. They vote with their feet. Or you could also say they vote with their wallet. In this case, it could be an e-wallet. But I think the point here is, again, to emphasize that. Now, we at the Central Bank, foreshadowing this vision, have been working steadfastly over the years to provide an enabling environment that supports the expansion of the retail payments ecosystem. This has happened with new entry, or should we say entry of new players, for instance, the payment service providers, digital credit lenders, and also with innovations that have allowed digital payment platforms to be embedded into all sectors of our economy and our everyday lives. Tamara mentioned her interest in Taita Taveta. And actually, I know why. We have looked at those data with her. And it is interesting when you look at specific people, that lives of, I forget the book, but you said something about the lives, our lives kind of thing. You look at individuals around Kenya, and you see how our payment system, and indeed the e-payment systems, are embedded in their everyday activities. Now, today, we mark another major milestone, the launch of Kenya's QR code standard. The QR code standard that we are launching is the outcome of a collaborative process that brought together the retail payments industries, including banks, payment service providers, our development partners, and the central bank. To me, this is a milestone in more than one respect. In particular, it's a milestone because of the collaboration that has taken place. I think this is something we cannot, and I think we should clap for ourselves, please. I want to thank each and every institution that has been part of the collaborative effort in the formulation of this standard. Indeed, as the national payment strategy envisages, this milestone would not have been possible without collaboration. A special mention, of course, is due to those that have generated the QR codes for launch today. And just mentioning their names: Co-op Bank, Equity Bank, KCB Bank, PesaPal, Safaricom, and actually underlying all this is also the Central Bank of Kenya, so please. For a moment, I thought the dancers were the Central Bank of Kenya, but I didn't recognize any of them. This QR code standard adds to Kenya's digital payments infrastructure and is expected to enhance the resilience of our retail payment system. It will provide Kenyans with an additional, more secure payments initiation method, increasing usability and consumer adoption of digital payments channels. Other benefits of using QR codes include, first, simplifying the process of initiating and making payment transactions. And this is something that all of us are petrified. We are kind of worried about this each time you want to type in the numbers, the pay bills, etc., etc. Is the 8 a 3? Is the 2, does it become a 1? I mean, you have all those fears, and this will no longer be the case. This will be particularly significant at outlets that have large customer traffic, such as supermarkets, shops, grocery stores, pharmacies, etc. Secondly, the use of QR codes is expected to increase the safety and security of payment transactions by direct data capture that avoids payment mistakes. And thirdly, use of QR codes will unify payments modes across the entire industry so that customers do not have to go through the process of keying in different merchant payment numbers every time they make purchases. I'm sure you've seen, if you go to a supermarket and you could see like 3 or 4, an array of QR codes, an array of pay bill numbers. Now you have one QR code that rules them all. In creating this QR code standard, we have benefited from the experience in other jurisdictions around the world. I'm glad we have learned from the best. But ultimately, the picture of a successful adoption of the QR code standard is characterized by simplicity, convenience, and the security of making digital payments. I guess we'll begin to worry about other things. I think Ian in the presentation mentioned, the fright, how he may get frightened when he forgets his phone. And actually, I had that moment yesterday when actually I realized I was driving home and I checked my pockets. I didn't have my phone. It turns out that I was on the phone, actually. I don't know why I'm talking about it publicly, but I didn't have the phone in my pockets. Anyway, so Ian, you're not that bad. You haven't made it there yet. As you may be aware, since 2018, we have been able to implement the person-to-person P2P interoperability. These arrangements are broadly based on bilateral arrangements among participating providers. We have also been able to implement mobile money merchant interoperability. However, I wish to bring to your attention that as players and participating institutions increase, bilateral arrangements will become very costly. Thus, as an industry, we need to collectively explore the possibility of multilateral arrangements among players. And not surprisingly, I'm going to put a few markers on the ground here for all of you. Now that we are into this business of collaboration, are we going to stop here? No. And I'm going to put a few markers very quickly. I think in 5 areas we need to move. We need to move faster in 5 different areas. First is this issue of cost. It's not the first one, but it is an important element from the consumer perspective, and consumer includes merchants, etc. And we should be thinking volume rather than just the marginal cost on everything. And I think this is something, let's say, even the large credit cards, Visa, MasterCard have learned in their experience. So I think this is something that we need to look at. Secondly, I would want to say it is efficiency. Efficiency of, for instance, today and now, even cards, you have the POS, the point of sale system, right? And this is a block, it's like a brick, and they move it around, right? The problem is it costs a lot of money from the merchant's perspective, and that obviously is pushed to the customer. I don't know why we cannot have the POS on my smartphone. I mean, every merchant has a smartphone. So why not have the POS system? It's just electronics. And I've been making this point again and again, not just in Kenya, but outside Kenya, that this is a major element, particularly in our, let's say, in our geography. That is something that we need to do. I guess now is number 3. Infrastructure from the customer's perspective, from a point of view of the phone. I've made this point before, that my favorite phone is Nokia 3310. Yeah? And you all know why. Yeah, you throw it on the ground, you break the floor. It doesn't get distracted. And you go to all these M-Pesa stores deep in back of beyond, and they are running on Nokia 3310, maybe 3311 or something, but it is there tied with rubber band and things like that. The point here is that we really need to support cheap smartphones, and have actually put a marker on the ground on a $5, the equivalent of $5 smartphone. Now, I know the local payment service providers have told me, oh, no, we have a higher purchase system and things like that. Well, I know all that. But really the base price has to be something akin to the Nokia 3310, the legendary Nokia 3310 in terms of how stable it is and durability, and something that actually can capture all the benefits of smartphones, etc. Last 2 points on this is cybersecurity. This is something that we need to be concerned about. More generally, not just cyber, but security. Security in the transaction, and security in terms of all those people that call you from supposedly committee. I'm sure all of us have had phone calls from committee, right? I have to make the point that those guys are actually much more savvy to our behavior. So they probably need a PhD in terms of social study. They know when some of us are more desperate, meaning our mind is on something else. Yeah, like calling me when I'm driving home. That is the worst time to call me because my mind is not fully on anything that is in it. So I think the point I'm making here is we cannot do it alone. We have to cooperate amongst ourselves, banks, payment services providers, etc. And finally, the last point in these 5 points is really time to complete transactions. It takes a very long time to complete our transactions. I have to make the point that we in the central bank are pretty adamant about that. It needs to be reduced. Actually, if you think of a transaction, it should be something less than 4 seconds to complete. And that includes all the checks that need to go in terms of AML, CFT, in terms of the bank, and is the credit card or is the transaction valid, etc. So we need to set a standard. And now the point here is that you, the collaborators, the industry, should appreciate that this is really for the benefit of the customer. And if we can do it together, I think the customer will be much more, it will be easier for them to use the systems that we've put in place, and obviously to be for their benefit. Let's stop. Finally, allow me to congratulate those of you that have been licensed recently and are offering services in the digital space. There are some of you in this room. We at the Central Bank look forward to working with you to ensure that you work for the benefit of the customer, even as you move ahead on your innovations and other things that are indicated in your business model. So, congratulations, and thank you for your efforts towards achieving this milestone of Kenya's QR code standard. Thank you very much for your attention.
Governor, thank you very much for your remarks and indeed setting the stage for where we are right now. And again, it's just emphasizing the customer, putting them first, putting their needs first, and helping them make easy, quick payments. There was something you said, Governor, and it's an experience that I'm sure everybody in the room and those joining us online know all too well. Entering certain numbers and certain digits, and if you have to do several purchases in the course of a day, that's just hectic. And one digit, it only takes one, and then the calls begin. I'm sorry, I've made an erroneous payment here. Can we reverse it? How long does that take? And so again, Kenya leading in that space. Thank you very much, Governor, for your powerful remarks. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've heard from consumers, we've heard from merchants, we've heard from one of those who was involved in the process up until this moment. And so, it gives me immense pleasure to invite you all to now witness the unveiling of the Kenya Universal QR Code Payment Standards. This has been created with cutting-edge technology, unparalleled, unrivaled innovation, and most of all, great collaboration. As Tamara Cook said, it's been hours, sleepless nights, meticulous planning, and endless dedication by everybody in this room. We will continue to say it, and we have said it. This is an industry-driven initiative. So, Kenya. Before we get into that, I want to ask the governor to, once again, join me up on stage for just a moment, as we now get to unveil the KE QR code. Kenya, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, now unveiling the Kenya QR code. The hashtag is ScanUlipe. Ladies and gentlemen, what a great moment of innovation by industry partners, led by the regulator Central Bank and Visa, MasterCard, Safaricom, FSD Kenya, KCB Bank, Pesapal, ABSA, Cooperative Bank, Equity. It's all about fast, easy, secure, and convenient payments, with Kenya yet again leading on the innovation front. It'll only take a single QR for you to now make easy payments. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for this that is now live here today. Making payments faster and easier. And by the way, this is for all merchants, from you who's running a kiosk to those who have bulk transactions, from a supermarket to a kiosk, from car sellers to those who are selling groceries. This is for all merchants, for all consumers, that makes it easy and fast for both of them. And like we've said, this has been something that has been done by all industry players at this moment. And it is now my distinct pleasure to now call up the industry stakeholder CEOs who are present here to come and witness this moment, because guiding the KE QR code payment system will be the Kenya QR Code Standard 2023 that will then enable and guide the principles of this. And so we would like to now have those CEOs join us up here on stage to witness the launch of the standard. Remember, we've said it's those in banking. It is, of course, FSD as well at this moment. And I will now call up the leaders in alphabetical order of the institutions that they lead. They're all here, and they've all put in tremendous work now at this moment. So to launch or receive the Kenya QR Code Standard 2023, I'd like to call up the following. Abdi Ahmed from ABSA Bank. Remember, these are all industry stakeholders and those institutions that they lead from ABSA Bank. Karibu sana. Karibu sana as you launch that. Kenya QR Code Standard, that is what will guide the process. Please stand in the middle. Let's take a photo of that with you and the Governor of the Central Bank of Kenya. And once again, we're hoping, Mr. Ahmed, that this might be your first official engagement after taking over at ABSA. And it's a great moment. Please stay on stage, because we would like to take a photo with everyone. Next up, Lydia Rono from Cooperative Bank. Let's give her a warm round of applause as she makes her way up here, receiving the Kenya QR Code Standard. All of these industry leaders have really taken the time. Please, let's move to the center. Mr. Ahmed, please move on to the right of the stage. Let's take that photo individually. Smile, look at the camera. And let's remember this moment of endless hours and great work and collaboration that you have done. You can move on right next to Mr. Ahmed. Next up, Mr. Gerald Warui from Equity Bank. Mr. Gerald, karibu sana. Thank you. Thank you for all your hard work. Congratulations once again on that. Asante sana. Good, great. Now you can perhaps stay to the right. Thank you very much. Next up, Ms. Tamara Cook from Financial Sector Deepening Kenya. We thank you for the technical support that has been provided to making this possible as we launch the Kenya QR Code Standard. Once again, remember, this is the guidebook. This is what will guide the whole process of making payments easy, fast, and convenient. And there's also another new kid on the block. Is she still new, or has she taken over? Miss Anastasia Kimtai from KCB Bank, Kenya. Karibu sana. Here, please receive the standard as you go up. Again, thank you. Let's move you to the center of the stage so that we can take a nice photo. Thank you very much. And Ms. Kim Tai, perhaps you could now stay on the left side of the governor, or on the right. We can organize that. Mr. Sharia Ali from MasterCard. Thank you very much as well for all the support that you have provided. Next up, we've got Agosta Liko from Pesapal. Asante Sana. Great work you have done. Partnering. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. Bringing together industry leaders to work together on something, as Tamara Cook said, the competition can be elsewhere in terms of the services that are provided, but not on the financial infrastructure systems that make it easy for everyone, and not just for these industry stakeholders, but any others that will come up into that. Peter Ndegwa from Safaricom, please come up next. And receive the QR code standard here. And of course, for the collaborative work, the man hours that have been put in. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you, Peter, and the entire team, and of course the other partners. Last but certainly not least, Eva Ngigi Sarwari from Visa. Eva, please receive the standard as we do that. Thank you so much. And to all of you industry leaders, now it's time to take a photo together. There's the 9 of you. Oh yes, we must have one for the governor. Please receive that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask you to please step forward a little bit, step into the light. Ladies and gentlemen, step forward for just a minute where the light will hit you just right. Let's make some room. Mr. Ahmed, could you move a little bit to your right, please, sir? Yes, correct. Yeah, let's just spread out a little bit and have some more space, and on that side. Congratulations once again. Can we give them a round of applause for the launch of that? This is the guidebook that will guide the entire process. Ladies and gentlemen, we're witnessing another moment in history of digital innovation. Once again, Kenya leading from the front with industry stakeholders. When was the last time you saw all of these industry CEOs at the same venue, not competing, but instead working together for merchants, for consumers, and to make the system easier for all of us? Congratulations once again for all the work that you have put in. We thank you for that. Take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move to the next stage, we've launched the Kenya QR code. We've also launched the Kenya QR code payments standard at this point. But you know what? It is now live, isn't it? So can we put it to the test? Let's see how it works, right? I'd like us to now proceed to a live demonstration that shows you all how this works. And because we're here at the invitation, at least of the governor, I understand he would like to buy some breakfast for his guests. So shall we go to the cafe spot that is on this end? I would like to invite the governor, and we will take a look and see how this works. I'd also like to ask the industry leaders from Pesapal, KCB Bank, Equity, and Safaricom to please join us with the governor I understand you'd like to make some purchases. So, ladies and gentlemen, it'll also be on your screens, but I'd like to ask the governor and the 4 CEOs, it's time for him to pay for some breakfast for his guests. Please proceed. I hope you have enough balance, but we have Peter and Degwa here just in case. We have bank CEOs here just in case. Wherever you bank, I'm sure, I am sure you can. I hear Peter saying he can Fuliza. Well, you know, there's that as well. But certainly all of these industry CEOs here will ensure that your account is topped up. So if we can have the CEOs here at the back as they do that. So, you know, Mr. Governor, go ahead and
so,
make your purchase.
Habari ya asubuhi.
Good morning.
Uko poa?
Nikopoa.
Yeah?
How may I assist you this morning?
You want to assist me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've been sent to buy some breakfast.
Sabrek.
Unayo gazeti?
Yeah.
That's where you start.
No. No, you came for breakfast.
No, we always ask the newspaper.
Okay.
You know, you need a newspaper, but you don't have it.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been sent to buy bread.
Bread.
Mkate.
Yes.
Naomba mkate.
Okay.
Okay, as opposed to what we say, nataka mkate.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Okay.
okay. Sasa hii nitalipa kwa simu.
Yeah.
Can I pay with my phone?
Yeah, you can
Okay,
scan
very
here.
good. So now I need to scan. I don't have enough money, so this person will help me.
Okay.
Has scanned, and it says, actually your name shows up there, Cafe Sport, and then I just indicate the number, the price, 12. Hatuna, did you have, oh, payment successful.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I thought for a moment you didn't have bundles. You have bundles. Okay, so payment is successful.
Okay.
Oh, lakini, nimesahau.
Yeah.
We were supposed to buy Blue Band. Unayo Blue Band.
Yeah, it's
Blue
good.
Band.
Yeah.
Aya, ile dogo.
Okay.
Yeah, the small one. Oh, how many kg is this?
This about a
Lakini hii
kg.
si Blue Band.
This is badgering.
This Prestige.
Yeah.
So,
Is it the same? Walisema Blue Band. Walisema Blue Band.
Okay.
Okay, sasa iko Blue Band.
so as the
Okay,
governor
we have
is
Blue
doing
Band.
that,
Okay.
Original. Okay, he's sasa tuko poa.
Yeah.
Okay, so now this one is a different, we want to scan somewhere else, is it?
yes, Governor,
Okay.
if you allow,
Okay,
as you make your purchases, I can see, what have you already got? The milk?
Now I've already got bread.
Bread.
I'm buying now Blue Band.
Okay.
Original, medium fat spread.
Okay.
Na kilograms ni ngapi? 250.
Is it enough for
This
your
is good,
guests?
this is good.
Have you
Yes,
made
yes.
the payment?
So now let's make the payment.
Okay. Are you which?
Oh, she's actually made the payment for me.
Okay, so let me take you through the
25, another
payment. Which?
transaction.
All right. Which payment platform are we
Which
using?
payment was that?
KCB. All right. So this is
KCB.
what we've done.
So the first one
with
was
that. Yeah. So with the
Pesapal. It was
KCB,
the same QR code.
the same QR code. Governor, let me take our guests through that. So with KCB, what we did was, you know, you open the KCB app on the phone, you locate the buy goods on the home page, and
Buy
then you
goods.
scan the QR widget, which is on the far right in the till number section, and then you tap on that QR widget. And this is the beauty of it at this point. It's because the merchant details are auto-populated.
Yes.
That's what you were saying, Governor. You
Yeah.
don't need to enter each of those details and the numbers. So the merchant details are auto-populated. You simply put in the amount,
Goes through it.
you tap on the
Validate.
proceed button, validate the till. Of course, you input your PIN and you complete the transaction after validation. And of course, you have your one-time password as a final step, and then you receive the SMS notification, which of course has been received already with the result of the transaction. That's how quick it is. So, Governor, you've made that purchase. Do you want to make another one?
Yes, I think I cannot really carry all these things in my hand. Blue Band. So do you have a bag?
Yeah, I have a carrier bag.
And it better be one that is compliant with Sakaja's rules.
Yeah, it is.
You know, meaning it's not
It's not plastic, correct.
Yeah, disposable.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Okay.
All right, so how
Oh,
are we
just being
paying for
done.
this one? There, transaction complete. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for that.
That's it.
It's that quick. All right, so the
I can
next
also
one.
take credit. No. The CEOs will,
No.
will take me to town. No.
All right, so how are we
milk.
paying?
Oh,
Did you get
yeah,
milk,
Yvonne,
Governor?
we forgot. I
Oh.
forgot. How can I go home without milk?
Okay.
So we need milk.
Yeah.
And this is what? 2 liter.
Yes.
Yeah, this is 2 liter. This is the one we consume. Hii ndio
Hiyo ndio mna. Okay.
hiyo ndio sawa.
Okay.
Okay, now we scan.
Sawa kabisa.
What? Oh, now we are going to use somebody else. Yeah.
So who are we paying with now?
Okay, so let's see. No. Over there.
All right. So with equity, what you're doing is you're opening the app on your phone. You select transact, then buy goods. Then you select a merchant. And then, of course, the moment is you scan the QR code,
Done.
enter the payment details, you confirm the payment details, and then, of course, the all-important PIN that you enter, and then you confirm the payment, and then you download the confirmation receipt. So all of this, of course, happening. Remember, like we said, the details
Even a
are
receipt.
auto-populated, and you get a receipt as well.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you, my friend.
Great.
Okay.
Oh,
And
we
so-
need to do
did-
M-Pesa. Okay, we need to buy, marmalade. Marmalade, eco marmalade. Okay, let's do marmalade.
Okay.
But is somebody watching? We may end up overspending.
Yeah, be careful now with your budget.
Okay.
All right.
So now we have M-Pesa.
Okay. So at this point, you then go to the M-Pesa Super app on the phone and select scan to pay.
Then scan.
You click the widget on the top right-hand corner. This is on the landing page of the app. And then you scan the QR. I know they're probably getting ahead of me there. And then once again, like we keep saying,
So she's
the details of the vendor are usually auto-populated. So this makes it really fast, really easy, no mistakes. The details are usually auto-populated. And then once that is done, please don't show us your PIN. You click on
So
confirm
the
payment, you complete the purchase.
So the transaction is now completed, and I
Easy.
presume I can figure out how much I spent here.
Yeah.
So we now can download the receipt, and we
There
can
you
check
go.
balance.
Yeah,
So you have all those things.
absolutely.
The receipt has been downloaded.
Yeah,
We are good to go
in real time.
in real time.
In real time. Easy, fast, secure, and payment. Was that for the bag? So how many
good.
bags
Thank
do you
you
have,
very much.
Governor?
Thank you.
Congratulations on making your purchase, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them a warm round of applause.
Oh, you
So, shall we say breakfast is served? Or breakfast is on you, Mr. Governor? So that just shows you how easy and how quick it is. So you no longer have to remember the merchant number, their details, and confirm that. I know I've done that. Like, did you say 840? Okay. And what name comes up? Is it so-and-so traders? Okay. Is it so-and-so kiosk? All right. And remember, like we've said, this is something that can be done. It is for all merchants, regardless of the volume of your transactions. If you're running your kiosk, if you're running your grocery shop, for those who are running large-scale supermarkets, it's for everyone. For consumers who are making the smallest payment to the largest, buying in retail and in bulk, this is, ladies and gentlemen, the next frontier in the digital payment ecosystem, and it's happening right here in Nairobi, Kenya. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have launched the Kenya QR code. We've launched the payment standard. We've shown you how it works. We've made payments. Governor, will you also now be making breakfast? Now that you bought the milk and the bread and Absolutely. So nobody's leaving here hungry today. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this wonderful event. It's been an absolute pleasure being with you all and witnessing the next milestone in Kenya's digital payment ecosystem. We are thrilled to have you here. I want you to remember something as you leave here. The rallying call is Scan Ulipe. Just that. Scan Ulipe through Kenya QR. That's KEQR. On behalf of the Central Bank of Kenya and all of you industry players who've been here, I thank you all for being here and wish you a great day ahead. Make sure, Leo, Uscan Ulipe. Great. Have a wonderful day, everybody. My name is Yvonne Okwara. I leave you with the Safari Cat.